Hello everyone, my name is Alana Clay and I am doing a quick video on Dooney Bourke's Small Satchels in the Pebbled leathers. Now, I do not have all of the Pebbled leathers. I'm not even sure what all the Pebbled leathers are. I know I'm missing Portobello. Oh wow, not Portobello, Portofino. Man, I must be hungry. Anyway, Portofino, I did have that for like a second. However, I took it back because I wasn't in love with the texture. I mean the feel of the. The texture was pebbled, of course, but it was kind of hard. But yeah, I returned that. And then I also don't have the pebbled leather, the original pebble grain small satchel. The mustard over there on the back left is also pebble grain. However, that's a recent pebble grain. The other one, I believe, was produced about 3 or 4 years ago. I don't have that one. I want to get that one eventually. But anyway, so these are pebbled leather small satchels. And I will show you the difference. I'll tell and show you the differences if I can. These are all stuffed. I did not feel like unstuffing all of these because it's going to take a while to stuff them back. But anyway, also I wanted you to see how they look, you know, upright, how they're supposed to look. Alright, so first we have in the front, I'll go from front to back, left to right. In the front we have mushroom calf leather, and then behind it is white Florentine, white natural Florentine. Now Florentine is not a pebbled leather. It's actually, it comes in like a variety of leathers. There's pebbled Florentine. It can be pebbled, it can be smooth, it can be striped. It can be, you know, lots of things. It can have, you know, variations in the leather. You never know. But white natural, the white natural combination was done on purpose by Dooney Bourke because it shows less dirt. The handles, of course, show less dirt with this trim, this natural trim, as opposed to the, as opposed to if they were solid white. That would just be like so dark under the handles. You know, it would get dark. So anyway, I'm kind of glad they did it that way. They did produce a solid white Florentine small satchel, not small, just satchel in general. Any size, I don't know what sizes it came in, but Florentine solid white, however, is very rare, is very beautiful, and it's very rare. I'm just glad to have that one right there. So anyway, that's white, and I added it with this. It's not technically, like I said, a pebbled leather. However, since it is pebbled, since the white natural Florentine combination white natural bags are pebbled on purpose, I did add it to this pebbled, my list of pebbled bags. Anyway, wow, that was a lot. Next to it is sky blue Samba, and then in the back row left, mustard pebble grain. Again, it's kind of new. Beside that is taupe Dylan. It also has contrasting trim, just like the Florentine. It's very cool. And then we have Kelly Green AWL, which stands for All Weather Leather. I'm not going to say All Weather Leather in this video. I will be saying AWL because, yeah, that's just way shorter. Anyway, all right. So that's those are all of the pebbled leathers that I have. Now to the differences. Okay, first, the three in the back on the left side. The three on the left side, I will show you. They all are very similar. If you can see, can you guess what the similarities are? They all have a leather patch in the front. Also, they all have round bottoms like this. So keep that in mind as I move on to these. These all have metal plates, if you can see that. And the bottoms are flat, like that. Knock this one over. See that? Can't reach Kelly right now because I don't feel like moving the camera. Anyway, so these have rounded bottoms with the 4 feet. The trim, the belting goes all the way around. These have flat bottoms and the belting stops here, and then there's a panel, another panel, and then it continues on the other side. Still 4 feet. I don't consider either one of these better than the other. They're just, you know, that's just how it is. Rounded bottoms and flat bottoms. I don't care. Okay, that sounded very weird, you guys. Sorry. I'm not trying to be gross or anything. I'm just kidding. Anyway, alright. Okay, so what's another difference? Oh, one little difference. That's kind of cool. You see all the handles on here? Whip stitch detail. Every single last one of them. Almost every single small satchel has the whip stitch detail on the handles. Except the new pebble grain. No whip stitch detail at all. I like it. I love the whip stitch detail, but I do like that, you know, there's an option without it. Kind of like that. Okay, so that's the difference. That's the whip stitch difference. Also, I have to open these. Hold on. Okay, next difference. You see the tops? Right inside the flap, the fold, whatever you want to call that, we have differences here. Dylan and Florentine have the beautiful dark green suede interior here. And then Calf has this, many of us, we've talked about it. I'm in a number of Facebook groups, and many of us have wondered what this material is. It's so soft. It feels like glove leather. It's so soft, but I've heard that it is leather. However, I've also heard that this is like a coated, it's not coated cotton. I talked to a Dooney Bourke rep, and he said that it's a man-made material. So it's like a man-made material. And I asked specifically if it's coated cotton. He said no, it's not. So I have no idea. Vinyl, leather, coated cotton, don't know. And then we have the solid leather interior. That's the exact same as the exterior here on the pebble grain, and the Samba, and the all-weather leather. It's so gorgeous. All these colors are so gorgeous. So that's that difference. Now the next difference would be overall, like weight. The weight, the pounds, the poundage. Okay, from lightest to heaviest. Okay, by far, calf leather here in front is the lightest weight by far. It also has the finest. Let me get closer to this. Let me zoom in. It has the finest pebble. It's barely pebbled. It's textured, but it's barely pebbled. I'm wondering if that's why it's the lightest weight, because I have noticed that the heavier the pebble, for some reason, with most of the bags, I've noticed the heavier the pebble, the thicker the pebble, bigger the pebble, I don't know, the heavier the bag. So anyway, calf leather's the lightest, and then most of the other, all the other ones, they're barely, there's barely a difference in the weight, in my opinion. But the second lightest, it's not light, but it would be Samba, I think. And then after that, pebble grain is the third lightest, and then Dylan, and then Florentine and all weather leather are about the same weight, from what I can tell. And then thickest leather, I believe, would also be the all weather leather, AWL. There, the green, and then the white Florentine, and I'm wondering if there's a correlation between heaviest and the thickest leather. Makes sense to me. Okay, and then the next I think Dylan is the third thickest. It's smoother than pebble grain, but it is a little thicker, I think, than pebble grain. I can't tell between those two, the mustard and the taupe back there. I can't tell, but of course the thinnest and most pliable and softest is this calf. Yep. And then the heaviest, thickest, the biggest pebble would be, actually, you know what? The most defined pebble, that's what the word is, defined. The most defined pebble is, surprise, surprise, pebble grain. And then, I think it would be Florentine. See how defined the pebble is? And then, all weather leather. And then Samba. Then Dylan, which actually doesn't have a very big pebble. It's very smooth. It's a very smooth pebble. That's very crazy to say it like that. I hope it makes sense, but it's very smooth. And then, of course, like I said, calf barely has a pebble. Okay, so yeah. What are the other differences between these? Oh, that's right. Mustard here. Pebble grain. This could be because it's the most recent bag produced. But it has, you know, the setup interior is it's zip pocket and slip pocket, long slip pocket and zip pocket on the back wall, and then we have like two cell phone pockets here. All of these, AWL, Samba, Dylan, Calf, and Florentine have that setup. This here has one long slip pocket in the front, and then one long slip pocket and then the zip pocket in the back. I think I like that better because it actually fits my ginormous smartphone. I think that's the way Dooney should go probably, because most of us don't have those itty bitty phones anymore. Yep, so I believe that's it. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. If you need another video or up close of any of these, feel free to ask. Alright, I almost forgot. The hardware. The hardware on the Pebble Grain, Florentine, and Dylan, no, not Dylan, just the Florentine and the Pebble Grain are brushed. You see that? Brushed. And then all the rest have shiny hardware. Shiny gold, as opposed to brushed gold. That's the last difference. Alright, thanks for watching again. Bye.